I recorded something, so I gotta fix all the audio settings again. Do that, a little bit. Is this looks right? Yeah. Move over and open a drink. And let's see, turn that off. Turn that off. Will it load the game today correctly? I feel like the volume on the music's super low. Let me turn it up. How's this? That seems good. Now, I can't help but notice it's not recording. Why is that? Turn that off. Why did I have that? I turn that on. There we go. Okay, restart it and begin. Oh, did I remember to update this? Yeah, okay, we're good, we're good. Well, conceivably. What's up, gamers? Welcome back to Impossible Game Challenges Daily. I'm playing more of this. So, last time I did something or other. I don't remember. Let me grab a bunch of pickaxes. The first thing I want to do is acquire some more coal, because I have used... I go through torches fast. I think that's how many I need. And I'm getting the feeling I don't have enough to last the entire rest of the game. I also could use more cobbled stones, I think. Yeah, I've burned a lot of those because I keep dying because I'm bad. So we'll address, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone. And I also was meaning to put this white wool in by the monument, even though technically it's not legal, because technically it is legal in a weird way. I feel like this song's insanely quiet. Yeah, I'm gonna fiddle the volume settings. So let's see. That's the microphone settings. Turn that up. Turn that up. That goes right there. And then turn it up in the editor thing. We're gonna send that. That might... I mean, that looks like it's louder than the background noise. Let's try a little more. I don't want it to interfere with hearing me, but I want to cover up the noise of the fans and AC and stuff. We can wing it. I feel like, though, too quiet of the background music probably is better than too loud of background music, because then if it's too quiet, well, you can't hear it, but if it's too loud, then you can't hear anything. So that's my hypothesis. Okay, now this one sounds like it's going to be louder again. So maybe that one was just a quiet song. I think I got plenty of iron still. So it's just coal for torches. We do have that iron in the sort of back corner. I'm also curious how many wools there are to go, because I think that I don't think there's much left. But there is some left. I'm kind of thinking 2 more nights of playing this, but that's with a very vague memory of what we actually have left to do, and a very vague memory of the map itself. I have played this one before, but like only once, and I didn't like it that much, so... So put that away. We're missing gray blue, brown. Oh, that might be 2 or 3 actually. That's kind of a lot. I think gray is probably top side. Red and black are gonna be in the scary fortress. And I don't know where the other ones are. I'm hopeful that they're not down here somewhere, because that would be horrible to try to find. So flaw with this idea of collecting coal and cobblestone is it's actually going to consume my cobblestone rather than use it or gain it. That is so true. That's actually that's I couldn't say this earlier because of spoilers, but that's why the map is called Black Desert. It's short for Jack Black Desert. Back in, 2012 or whenever this was made, we already knew. How are you doing? That's right. With all the very funny and relevant signs, we thought John Super Hostile might be washed up, but he knew better than anyone. He had a vision. Imagine instead of the Minecraft movie if it was specifically the Super Hostile movie. That pork torch is gonna be like, and that's what saves the day in the movie, right? Like, they're all cornered by fucking Herobrine or whoever that is in the movie, and Jack Black busts out the pork chop torch. It's like, holy shit. Okay, I think I lost that coal. I think I lost that one as well. Bad day to be a coal head. I also missed one in the roof there. I popped down and under the roofs there. Can I reach this one? I feel like I should be able to, yes. Dude, okay, I've been tired, but that's nothing out of the ordinary. And I'm working on a new BattleBots project. That's so true. I'm really excited about it. So the challenge is essentially it's junk bots. So it's making robots that are really shit on purpose. And I'm having a lot of fun trying to make this. Also, it doesn't work at fucking all. So I went and got like a DVD. So okay, here's my recipe for my junk bot. I got a DVD player and a bubble blower machine thing and a what else? A children's like plastic toy grill thing. And oh, this I don't even know what it is, this weird metal thing with like a little tray in the middle and then like metal pipes all around it. And I don't know what it's supposed to be. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, and 3 forks, like the silverware. So I took everything apart, and I got 2 very, very small motors out of the DVD player in like the DVD drive. One's for spinning the DVD, and the other one is for when you push the button and the tray like comes out. Absolutely. It'll be like, here are all the things not to do when you make a battle bot. We got all of them in one robot. So, and then out of the bubble blower thingy, there are, I think, 2 motors, but one of them either does not work or is not a motor, and I can't really tell. But when I plug it in, it doesn't do anything. So I'm going to say that one, don't worry about that one. And there's also, so I got 1 motor out of that. I hope it's not a motor too. I think it is because it looks like a motor and there's 2 wires coming out of it. But you know, when I plug it in, it doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't try to spin or make a noise or nothing. So it could be a broken motor, or it could just be some other kind of part that I'm not familiar with. And so my design goal was, okay, well, the two motors from the DVD player visually look the same. So I'm going to assume that they're the same motor and use those for drive. Because, you know, you want the drive motors to be the same so that the left side and the right side drive, you know, equally fast as each other and you don't just start going in circles. I got the toy grill thing because it has these like big plastic wheels on it, so I ripped those off. Those are going to be the wheels. And I'm going to use the DVD player as the sort of main chassis. And then with the bubble blower motor, I'm going to put that on a hammer arm. So the hammer arm is one of the legs of the grill, and then with one of the forks like just flex taped to the top of it. That's going to be the hammer. And so this is all great. And then I try spinning the wheel with my motor, and it cannot fucking do it at all because it's a motor from a DVD player. And basically the issue is most drive motors, it doesn't matter. Most drive motors have gearboxes attached. So like the motor itself just tries to spin as fast as it can, right? It just goes apeshit. But it doesn't have any torque behind it. It's just spinning. So if you want the motor to actually, you know, move your robot anywhere, or even like be able to spin when there's weight on it, such as the weight of the robot, then it needs to have like more torque to it. So you need to, you know, gear it down. So you'd have gears in there. They're like, okay, so, you know, like 30-to-1 ratio or something. We're like, okay, every time the motor axle spins around 30 times, that's, you know, that's one wheel spin or whatever. So I tried driving it with no gears at all, and then that didn't work. So I tried using some of the gears I pulled out of the DVD player and the bubble machine to make what is roughly a 1-to-2 gear ratio, and that did spin the wheel. But if you like touch the wheel at all, it wouldn't spin anymore. Like there was too much, you know, there's too much pressure on it. So that's not going to work for moving it either. And similar problems with the hammer. So, you know, it turns out that there's a reason that these parts are sold for BattleBots with gearboxes, is because it makes them work. So I have a final shot at this. Is I've made a really shitty pulley, by which I mean a circular object. That's it, a circular object. And I'm going to connect the motor to the pulley with like a rubber band. And that'll get much more of a reduction. It'll be like 1-to-10 or something. And see if that can do anything. And if that doesn't work either, I'm going to give up and just bring an RC car and just enter that. But that's what I've been working on. And I'm having a lot of fun doing it, but I also like have no fucking clue what I'm doing and nothing works. But I really like that there's like no stakes at all. Like if it comes out really shit, that is, you know, that's literally the stated goal, is to make something that sucks. So that's fine. I don't need to worry about it. And if I fuck it up, I'm not fucking up like a very expensive piece. I'm fucking up like a old DVD player I got for like, I think the DVD player was $8. So I'm not too worried about just destroying it. Although it was pointed out to me after the fact that I should have just kept the bubble blower in one piece and just made the robot blow bubbles. That'd have been way better than trying to make a hammer. I feel like the music is a little loud now. Is the music too loud? It's getting into the yellow zone. I'll turn it down. Because it's distracting me. But the thing is that with the junk bot, because I've tried and failed so many different things, I feel like I'm nearing the point where I've spent enough time on it that I could have just built a good robot with that time instead. So it's starting to feel a little bit like a waste to spend this much time trying to get it to work when the whole stated goal is that it's going to work like ass. But it's fun anyway. That was what I was working on last week, was this this junk bot project. I got really excited about it. I want to do, if we do these again, so from the plastic grill thing, I have like a plastic grill lid kind of piece that's like a dome. So if I put a motor in the center of that and made it spin, I could make like the worst shell spinner of all time. It'd be awesome. And like for the weapons, like just like tape some forks and knives and shit around the edges of the shell. I think that'd be awesome. I brought 3 stone pickaxes, and we're gonna break all 3 of these digging coal, and then go and actually, you know, do interesting things. That's my intention. Let's see. I was hoping to also... Yes! So I checked, we're missing 5 wolves. I thought we were missing 3. I know where 2 of them are, loosely, and we found something that looked worth investigating, so that could be another one. But there might be some... We've been through this back area over on this side, somewhat, but I don't think we've been through this side at all. So there might be some over there, and I hope there aren't, because they'll be a pain in the ass to explore, but such is life. John Super Hostile did not design that section for no jumping. So what was that game that came out the other day that you were excited about? It was yeah, that one. I don't know anything about it. What's the deal? Because I feel it must be important if you're willing to forego the Zane action. I am very... That's the character where like the one half's yellow and the other half's blue and like kind of polygonal, right? Okay, I do know that much. No, that you being a fan of some bizarre YouTube animation definitely that checks out. To be fair, I am also a fan of bizarre YouTube animation, so that's not like a call out. I respect that. Good. It was not meant to be a rude thing, and I said, I'm like, that sounds kind of like a thing an asshole would say. Maybe I should clarify that one. Is there a stone under this? Yeah, okay. I respect that, where it's like you can try to figure out something, but it's also like a bit just what if it's just doesn't, you know? That's a hot minute. Yeah, that's what was throwing me about it, because I was pretty sure, with my very limited knowledge, that was not a game series. Nice. I was thinking that was not a game series, so I was wondering, you know, why it was a game. I maybe have explored far enough in this direction if I'm specifically looking for cobbled stones. I keep dying, so I've lost a bunch of my cobbled stones. And I need the cobbled stones to make slabs out of. Alright, more coal. That is the plan, right? That's what you're gonna do? It's gonna go full indie game. Okay, good. I studied game design in college, and it turns out I fucking hated it. So do not ask me for help because I'm not going to. Hope this helps. But actually I don't. The thing was, I say I hated it, that's an exaggeration. I like some of the ideas, but I came at it from a very programming standpoint, where like it was a programming thing with specific focus on being able to use the programming in games. But I rapidly have discovered that the things I like in games are not that they're, oh, this game is so well programmed. Like, I don't give a shit how well the game is programmed. I like games with like good music or a good story or a good art style. And I didn't learn any of that shit. So I guess I just didn't get out of it what I wanted to. But I didn't know it was what I wanted to until I didn't get it. Right? Like, and obviously, running the game runs well is an important aspect of making a game that people want to play. But it's not like glamorous. Like, holy shit, my game runs so well, everyone's gonna buy it. I'm doing these way too often. Back here. Do every 2, that's fine. But yeah, if that makes any sense, it was just kind of like a all the stuff that really speaks to me about games was not really what we did. And I still don't know how to do the things that really speak to me about them. And also, it's like a fuck ton of work, and I ain't doing that shit. That's the other thing. It's like, it's a lot of work. I don't want to do that. That shit sucks. Yeah, because you're basically making like 4 different kinds of art piece at the same time. And then I'll see things about people like talking about how they like make a game for fun or whatever. I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Exactly, yeah. You're doing all these different things all at the same time. So it's I mean, yeah, it's I didn't expect it to not to I don't know. I didn't expect it to not be a lot of work, but I expected to enjoy the work more. And the things that we worked on were not the things that I wanted to be good in the game. I don't know. It just didn't quite line up. It's also kind of the thing, if you obviously there's a difference between making like an indie game by yourself where you gotta do everything, and being on some big ass game conglomerate team where you work on specifically the fucking shader that makes the game slightly more brown than it would be otherwise, and that's the only component that you touch. And I think both of those have some issues. The indie game route, obviously you make the game that you want to make, but you got to do all that shit yourself. And the other route is like you get like no creative control over the game. It's just, okay, make the brown filter. I was like, okay, boss, I'll make a brown filter. So, yeah, I wasn't too interested in that angle either. But yeah, I would have liked to you know more about like especially music stuff, because I have absolutely no music knowledge like at all, and that's mostly because I don't like try at all. Yeah, like you're almost guaranteed to not do a fun part. Okay, so armor's half broken, but we'll be fine. I probably could use more slabs, but fuck it, we'll be okay. Every time do I have a bed? Yeah, it's back here. Every time I've tried to look up anything about music, it's either like so basic that I'm like, okay, I already know this, or immediately gets into stuff that's completely like I immediately lose the thread. You know what I mean? Where it's like, this is a note. Notes produce sound. It's like, okay, I get this. I understand this part. And it's like, you're gonna want to do the third harmonic chord on the G. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Back up. I think it's mostly a me problem though, for not wanting to put in the effort. Yeah, right. It is. There is a bit of like, I just can't find a good explanation. But also, I haven't. It's not something I've put very much effort into either. So it's kind of, you know. Oh yeah. We did for one of our games. We did some 3D stuff. 3D modeling stuff. I didn't like help at all with the 3D modeling stuff, and I kind of wish I had dicked around more with it, like gotten in the way and interfered more. But I was doing my own stuff, obviously, and the other, you know, the guys who did do the 3D modeling stuff were already like good at it, so they like already knew how to do it. So it was kind of a thing where it wouldn't make sense to have me work on the 3D modeling when, you know, we have a deadline of like, okay, make this game in, you know, 3 months. Have the person who already knows how to 3D model do the 3D modeling, right? But then that kind of meant, I don't remember what I did. I think I was like the manager, so I didn't actually have to do fucking anything, which is kind of sick. Anyway, cycling back around, for some BattleBots stuff recently, I need to do 3D modeling for that, because I wanted to get some parts 3D printed. And to 3D print the parts, you need to have the parts in 3D to print them. And like, holy fuck, do I hate 3D modeling. Oh my god. It sucks so much. Holy shit. Yeah, that's safe to do that, and then we get up and over the roots. I say this a couple times, but like, the first thing I ever did 3D modeling, I needed a pulley for the weapon for one of my BattleBots. And I knew I had a 3D model of the pulley that I wanted, but it had the wrong like mounting holes. So it had just like a single hole in the center that you would like put it on an axle, but I wanted it to have like 4 holes kind of spaced out so I could screw it into something. So I had a 3D model of the pulley minus the holes, and I had a different 3D model of the adapter thingy I wanted to screw it into that had the holes, and it took me like an hour to take the holes from one and put them on the other. And I already had both of the fucking models already. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it's easy in real life. I just get the drill and just drill the holes. Like, job done, right? We're all good. I'm hoping that this tree will provide some answers of some kind. Let's go through here. There, I don't have to waste more slabs going up and over the roots. I might do here, but I could bridge to it, actually. Save some slabs, use some cobbled stones. There we go. There's a cactus. Go away. And now we go up and over the roots. I meant to put that one lower. Now, I don't know for sure there's anything up here. It just looks important. Oh, I can put this one on the cactus. That's handy. It does look. So I can't help but notice that there does not appear to be anything of particular import here other than the cactuses. Let me take out the tree. There might be like a TNT or something in it, which would be fun. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, that's kind of one of the problem I have with the more open world style maps like this one is it's hard to tell where I actually care to go. And you know, in some ways that's just like how an open world map works, is that, you know, part of the adventure is exploring and finding stuff. But it is also just kind of like, I would just like to find the thing and then have found it. And then I'm at the thing, you know? So I tend to prefer the more linear ones. If it gets too bad, I can just look up where they are, but that's boring. Yeah, that's one thing that I think is really cool, because you can actually see John Super Hostile like get better at map design over the course of the series. Like with using, you know, lighting cues to indicate points of interest, and, you know, labeling things in such a way that, you know, it's more clear, is there going to be something important here or not? It's kind of cool. Now, obviously, this is one of the earlier ones, so it doesn't really have that going for it. This is not the first one, but it's one of the earlier ones. I have not been playing them in order. If you remember Sunbird Islands that we were doing, that was I want to say that was the last one made for this old-ass version of the game. So, Sunburn Islands was a... It was a later one. Canopy... So, the Sea of Flame and Infernal Sky came before this, but had labeled dungeons. But before those two, there was Sea of Flame 1 and Infernal Sky 1 that were pure survival maps. I don't think they had a wool at all. Or if they did, it was just very obviously sort of thrown in there afterwards without really any thought put into it. So I think those are not very good. Specifically the first versions of those two, where they just kind of chuck a wool in it and just there's no point. There's also one called Endless Deep that I'm skipping because it's really just not good. That's an interesting, like, floating sand structure over there. But yeah, I feel like this and Canopy Carnage both suffer from it not really being clear where to go. I don't know if you saw, but the final episode of Canopy Carnage had me, or the final couple even, just had me making giant like bridges through the world to try to quickly scout for any like potentially different thing to go investigate. And it's like, this kind of sucks, actually. I should have brought more slabs, I think. Oh, there's a turbo spawner. I think I can take it out. There we go, problem solved. I think a little of column A, a little of column B. I was much worse at traversing the jungle floor because of the no jumping thing. But I still kind of think that the giant sky bridge was maybe the best way to like quickly scout a lot of terrain at once for landmarks. Like I really do think that the the no jumping thing doesn't really affect the gameplay that much. They're not really that hard, especially if you know like where the things are already, which I do for all of them. Also, oh, okay, there goes the mystery funny sand. Hopefully there wasn't anything important on it. Like in my free time, this is around Christmas times, I played through the one and only classic map that I had not ever played before. It's called Nightmare Realm. And the entire gimmick of Nightmare Realm is that it's supposed to be incredibly difficult and unfair to play, which is why I've never played it before, because that sounds fucking miserable. But it kind of wasn't that bad. It's like the kind of thing where if you... There's like 2 like fuck you traps in the whole map, where if you activate them, it's like, okay, well, fuck you. But other than that, it's like if you... A little bit of play smart and a little bit of play stupid, but really persistently, because you have infinite respawns, right? Then I mean, you'll get there. Where are we? I could dig a bunch of sand and then use the sand to make sandstone to make slabs. Let's do that. So I think my music might have run out. Let me check that. It did. All right, we're back. The other reason is because, and I feel like this was a while ago at this point, but do you remember when, like, can you beat such and such Mario game without jumping? Was like all over the place on YouTube. Like there were so many can you beat X Mario game without jumping challenge videos? Like you couldn't, like, it was just, they were everywhere. Do you remember this? And then like it's like kind of started going to like other games. I think it got to ones that didn't make sense to do. So okay, that's part of the joke with why I wanted to do Can You Beat Mario 1. So did I. Why I wanted to do Can You Beat Mario 1 without jumping on the main channel for April Fool's Day last year. Because like obviously you fucking can't. Like you cannot do that. That's why no one's done it, tried to do it, because this is a bad video idea. But I did feel like people were getting to the point where they were like, well, it doesn't make sense to do the no jumping in this game, but fuck it, we can try it. Or like, or doing it in like non-Mario games and stuff, or just like, you know what I mean? I feel like no jumping is a really fast shorthand for like challenge that you didn't really have to think very hard to come up with. You know? Where it's like very clear that you're just doing the challenge because it's popular. You didn't really like put a lot of thought into it and go, oh, you know what would make a good challenge is this. And so that's what I was thinking with playing these without jumping, is that it makes it technically a game challenge, but it's not a well thought out or interesting challenge. It's just a completely arbitrary restriction that makes it a little bit more annoying to play in places, but doesn't really affect the game that much. You know what I mean? Basically, I'm making fun of those challenges is what I'm doing. I'm making fun of them by, I mean, the whole Impossible Game Challenges daily thing is meant to make fun of that kind of challenge, like, video by just doing it myself really, really badly. Which I like, because it's not then me saying, you know, John YouTube made a shit video with a shitty challenge, here it is. It's, here's me doing a shitty video on a shitty challenge. Like, I'm the one that ends up being the butt of the joke, right? Do you think I can just walk across this gap? I feel like I ought to be able to, like... Oh! Check that out. Okay, I don't know how I did that. I hope this explains everything. But it's meant to be... I really want the whole brand to be just a joke on the, like, really, really oversaturated, like, game challenge channels that happened. I feel like the really, really oversaturated game challenge thing is kind of over at this point. Like, I'm not seeing them as often. And when I do, they're typically more interesting than just... Because the two big ones I remember were, can you beat this Mario game without jumping? And can you beat this Mario game without collecting coins? There's a creeper there. Those were like the two big ones. And I think that people pretty much did all of the Mario games that are interesting to do without jumping or without collecting coins. And then you either had to like intentionally make a bad video on purpose or come up with a more interesting challenge. Yeah, like, I still do see challenges, but not nearly like as many. And most of the ones I do see are from like people who are already doing challenges. Like I don't see... Yeah, Game Champ's the OG for sure. She's awesome. But yeah, I don't, there's two creepers. My clever dodge of those creepers. High octane gameplay. So there's a bunch of bullshit over there, but I've already been over there. Oh, I have seen a couple of Can You Beat X. I saw that with, oh, I did not watch the video. Oh, he's gonna go off. But I saw the thumbnail of someone doing that with Portal. And it's like, I'm pretty sure you can. Although the Portal one might have been, can you get all the achievements? Rather than just beat the game, because I guess that'd be too obvious that you could if it was just beat the game. See, I guess the Impossible Game Challenge's daily joke comes in a little bit late. There's also half of it forever ago, like absolutely forever ago when Retsupre was active. One of the videos they watched was a guy like doing a Let's Play or something, but constantly during the Let's Play advertising his other channel where he does daily vlogs. And so like half the joke of the episode was just the whole daily vlogs thing. With the point being like, if you're explicitly making something that's going to be made every day for sure, like whether or not you have anything to actually like say in the vlog, you have to make one because you do daily vlogs. You're gonna make a lot of really fucking pointless shit. And that was the other half of the Impossible Game Challenges daily, is what is something that does not make sense at all to be a daily thing? Like, why would you ever do a game challenge? Yeah, exactly. If you're doing daily vlogs, you're gonna have days where you just don't say fucking anything. And that's fine if that's what you want to do. It's just like, you know? If you want to run a vlog channel that's just like a diary and just says like, hey, today I did XYZ. See you tomorrow. That, sure, fuck it. Do whatever the hell you want. But it definitely is the kind of thing of like, I don't know, doing a game challenger. I also like the juxtaposition because obviously the whole crux with the game challenge is that they want to tell you how difficult the challenge is, right? Like, oh, this challenge is so hard. It took me 300,000 hours to beat the challenge or whatever, right? Like, they gotta really big up how hard the challenge is. So I'm like, these challenges are so hard, they're impossible. And I do one every day. It's like, well, then it can't be that fucking hard if you're doing one every day. So it's, yeah. Where the fuck am I? Anyway, so the super hostile without jumping is mostly an excuse. Oh, Here's the mystery tunnel of sadness. You remember this? Let's not go that way. How do I leave? I'm pretty sure I put a stairway somewhere. Unless I just dug it up from right here. But it's like obviously if I'm doing a new challenge every day, they're not going to be good, challenging, well thought out, like difficult challenges. They're gonna be just like whatever fucking stupid slop I can shit out every day. and hence the joke where they're all literally the same video. So it's like a double shot with that, because one joke with it being the same video every day is like all of these challenge videos are the same video, right? Like, can you beat Mario without jump? Can you beat Mario Sunshine without jump? Right? They're different videos, but they're all functionally the same video. And then, you know, thought number 2 is if you're trying to bang out some shit every day, like you're gonna make just garbage. So that's kind of the thought process, I guess. We didn't find a wool, by the way. I was hoping we would. I vaguely remember a wool's on top of one of these twisty things, so I'm gonna check that one next. Unless I've already been up there. But it doesn't look like I have. So hopefully that explained everything. Speaking of, though, that's also why for April Fools I did the Mario no jumping, because doing a Mario jumping challenge every day would not be sustainable, because I would run out of Mario games very, very quickly. But because that was kind of the direct inspiration, I had to give it, you know, some kind of shout out, right? And I kind of really like the sort of standard I've set almost, where we do a whole region of Pokemon videos and then do a Mario one. I feel like also Pokemon videos are, or specifically Pokemon challenges, are like absurdly easy to just churn out, you know? Because like Pokemon's not a hard game. So any challenge you do in Pokemon, unless you really add just like a shit ton of arbitrary restrictions, is gonna be fairly easy. Like, yeah, you might have to like, grind or something, but you'll be able to fucking beat the game. Because it's for children. So I kind of like that it turned out that the main thing I do is the Pokemon challenges. But that was mostly just an artifact of them being really easy to make daily. Right, like obviously there is the solo gameplay challenge where you only play the game with one dude. That's obviously what I do. And I have done a few of those like for real, and they are fun. I mean, you know, I can't tell a lie. It's fun to play Pokemon. But right there, like if you wanted to do Gen 1 and try to beat it with every Pokemon, you get 151 videos right there. Just bam. There you go. Right? Like, it is fun. I played through Pokemon XD with only bug types. And that was mostly fun. There was a couple parts that were kind of annoying because the game did not give me enough guys to like do battles with. But like it's fun, but like also like if you're really into like content, then it's super easy to just keep making Pokemon videos. Or with a lot of like randomized rule sets, like nothing stops you from doing a Nuzlocke and then doing a second Nuzlocke of the same game. Like you could just do it again because you're gonna get different guys the second time, so it's gonna be different, right? That kind of thing. But then, you know, the second time you could add like, okay, well this time I can't use fire types, or I can only use fire types, or whatever. Like there's so many different ways to add restrictions, and the games are so easy that they pretty much support all of them. That's one thing where the Mario no jumping thing I think kind of falls off, is there's not that many restrictions you can apply to a Mario game. And also the things that you can restrict are usually so integral that it either doesn't make sense to restrict them, or, you know what I mean? Like you can do, can you beat Mario without jumping? Like you can do that. But then you can't like just do it again with can you beat Mario without running? Like, that's not, you very quickly run out of interesting questions to ask, I guess. Okay, if that guy can't hit me, he could knock me off of this bridge, so that would be not great. Because I would die if that were to happen. I'm trying to get over to here just to see if there's anything interesting. I don't know if there is. It would appear there's absolutely jack shit. Love to see it. Oh, we got this song, though. Sorry. Let's get over there. Yeah, let's go. Oh, there's also the kind of challenge that's like the streamer interaction challenge, right? Where it's, can I beat this game while, the chat does something, right? Like, can I beat this game but the chat can spawn in enemies, right? Or whatever. Oh, there's a guy. Go away. And those only really work if you already have a chat, because like I could run a, yeah, the Doug and Doug likes kind of thing. Like, I could do that, but it would be very easy because I would not have fucking anyone in the chat to do anything to me, right? Although that would kind of be a funny way to do a joke would be like, can I beat this game, but chat can spawn in any enemy? And then I do it and just like very clearly don't get any messages in chat the whole time. It's like, yes, it turns out it was very easy because I didn't tell anyone I was live. Maybe we should have done that for April Fool's. I have, oh man, I'm really excited for the April Fool's Day video. It's not that. Just to be clear. So that did blow up my staircase, which is not great. But I also don't really need to go that way, so I don't care that much. I'm trying to even think of where there might like be things to look at. It's over here. We've not really done the sort of, I want to say, back left corner. Let's go over there. Oh, so I was seeing a weird texture on top of that hill, and I believe that is just a absolute shit ton of mushrooms is what's going on there. There's another mystery arch that also doesn't have anything on top of it. I guess I could be wrong that one of the arches... There's a weird pillar. You see that on kind of the right side there? I think that might be worth checking out. That might just be a really tall cactus. There's a tree over there. Let's check out the tree, let's check out the cactus. There's a skeleton. I'd like him to shoot the zombie. There we go. Alright, take him out, zombie. Don't fall in the hole, because then I'll be stuck. Well, I won't be because I have slabs and stuff, but... That's what got us in Infernal Sky. I'm trying to think of what other kind of like genres of challenge there are. I'm thinking we're near a spawner because there's a lot of dudes there. Because you get the I guess there's like, you know, do something weird with the controls or just like make the game arbitrarily worse to play, you know, where it's like, oh, can I beat this game but with motion controls or like with the, you know, weird controller of some variety. I see that sometimes. I don't feel like that's as popular though. I feel like that is reserved for games that like have no meaningful way to add a challenge to them, like within the game. So it has to be like using this weird controller. What I really liked was this guy whose whole deal is like escaping from Minecraft prisons. I don't know why that's his whole thing, but there you go. And one of the ones he did was escape this one, but each key on the keyboard you can only use one time. And so he did this and he still wasted like half of his key presses just typing a message in chat. Which I thought was really funny. Because it's like, yeah, this is a stupid fucking challenge. I'm just not gonna, you know? I'm not gonna engage with this challenge because it's fucking dumb. So I thought that, yeah, there's the turbo spawner. Just his thought. So I really liked that one. That was great. Right? Like I really enjoy... I can really enjoy a stupid challenge. One that I really liked, there was a guy who did Mario Galaxy without collecting star bits. That was fine. And then he did Galaxy 2 without collecting star bits. That was fine. And then for like April Fools or something, he did Mario Odyssey without collecting star bits. So 90% of the game, the answer was there are no star bits in this level. So we're good. And then when you get to the Moon Kingdom, the purple coins for that one are starbit shaped. But obviously, since they're the purple coins, they're like out of the way and not something that you would ever collect by accident. I thought that was really good. Yeah. It was a tough challenge, but someone had to do it. Oh, I really knocked a lot of sand down there doing that, huh? Oh, there I go. I have died. That's fine, my armor's broken anyway. Let me see if I've got more wheat to harvest. I want to say... I did lose a bunch of slabs, that's probably the worst thing. I got some torches down by the turbo spawner. There was nothing by that tree. 2 of the trees have had wolves at them. So I think they're worth checking, but not finding a lot with the other ones. Did I take an extra pickaxe? No, I didn't. Okay, we're good. And then one of these shovels. Let's just do a stone shovel. Bucket, axe, sword, torches. Ideally, I would like to get at least 1 wool today, and ideally more than that would be great. But that's the goal. Is, you know, the stream doesn't end until I get 1. More slabs. We need some of the sand. I guess that's not going to actually make very many, is it? We could do better than that. I'll have to go like just intentionally mine a bunch of cobblestone. I was hoping to get that earlier with the coal mining, but the particular place that we mined the coal in was not super conductive for it. Oh, armor. Should make armor. Or just use this that I already have. Have you seen any like game challenges other than mine, obviously, that really stood out to you as like being like, this is an actual interesting, like well thought out challenge that is, you know, interacts with the game mechanics in an interesting way, and you know what I mean? The one I did with Infinifactory with how few welders can you use, I thought was going to be a shit post, but that was actually like, I thought that was a really interesting look at some of the game's mechanics and just, you know, getting it to do things that it did not want to do. So like that was supposed to be a shit post, but it actually was not. The other thing with the welders one was and I said this before, the initial concept for Impossible Game Challenges Daily, one of the was basically to do a game challenge, start it, and then, you know, within the first 5 seconds, like at literally the very first hurdle, just go, nope, you can't do it. You get stuck here. Which you can see in the Pokemon one, how it fails instantly because you can't pick that guy as your starter. One of the proposed challenges was, can you beat Infinifactory without using welders? Because it immediately fails on like level 3. But that didn't really go anywhere because Infinifactory is not a popular enough game to where that would be like good SEO. Not that I care if it's good SEO, but it would be strange to use it as the joke for like overpopulated challenge genre when like no one's fucking heard of that game. And it also takes slightly too long to get to the level where you need to use the welder. So I would need, and it's, since it's not a super popular game, it's not clear why the welder is needed. Like I can say like, okay, if we try to submit this object, but it's not welded together, then it doesn't submit and it won't take it. But like, that doesn't mean anything unless you've played the game. So it kind of, it goes against the concept of just being really short and stupid and immediately fails. But I wanted to do the concept justice anyway. But that actually turned out to be a great time, so. My idea for a bad idea turned out to be a good idea. It's like I failed so hard I succeeded. Wasn't there a really tall cactus around here somewhere that I was going to look at? There's a guy. Okay, so there is stone, which could be a super spawner. There's also this weird thing. Let's put a torch on it. Ah, okay, it's a clever trap from John's Super Hostel, where there's TNT in the sand. Now, how that would activate, I'm not sure. I kind of want to activate it and see what happens. Get over here. Alright, go away, and... Is this a turbo spawner? Yes. So, why did he put a bomb trap above a spawner machine? What's the point of that? We may never know. We may never know. I guess I could get that to go off the creeper. Was there a chest on top? Or just more sand? Some lights there. I think it might just be sand. We can go up and over the roots and check it out at least. Oop. So I think this was the tall pillar I saw. Does not appear... I thought it was going to be a really tall cactus, like as a joke, but it's just sand. Let's see. Go up there. I kind of want to see what's up here also. I bet nothing at all. I bet nothing at all is up here. But I feel like we ought to check. There's a skeleton. There's some mushrooms. Yeah. Go away. So there's indeed nothing on top of the sand. Oh, he came back. That guy's kicking my ass. Okay, awesome. Waste of time. Love to see it. What about on top of that mountain? Do I even have enough slabs to get there? I could bridge over, but I could get shot off the bridge, which would be not great. Let's try going. Let's try. If we can go up and over the roots here. I could go knock down that tree to turn it into a crafting table and make more slabs also. So that's, you know, backup plan. I almost kind of wonder if I ought to bring stairs. I usually do slabs because you get more and they're more versatile because, you know, with stairs I have to be on the correct side to go up them and stuff. But for going up in like a constrained space, you know, stairs, you know, kind of what they're made for. How dare you? We did, yes. We're on the next map, which is a Black Desert 2, which is exactly the same as the original. Get down here. No, I found the mystery column I was looking for. I thought it was a tall cactus, but it was just this sand. And there was nothing interesting about it. It was just some sand. So, you know, good stuff. Glad I came out. Glad I came out there. Go away. I do hear a zombie. It should have at least been a big cactus, right? Oh, that's gonna go off. I think that one creeper that gave me a jump. Because I think I'm one block higher than where I should be. So we'll use that to our advantage. So over there, we've already been there, as you can see. So doing this, we've sort of more or less done a circle around the world. And have yet to find much of else interesting above ground. I remember there being one on top of one of those sand thingies, but I could be wrong. I also need more slabs again. That is nothing. Okay, good. I'm gonna get you. How are you doing? Are you riveted by the mysteries of the desert? Like this guy? Both of you? Okay, so that was ballsy. I shouldn't have jumped there, but I thought I could get away with it. Alright, good. Because this is like the rest of the map is just like fucking around until we find something. Oh. Good to hear it. That's what I did with when I was making my pulley. I was talking about for the yes. I read it and I was confused, and then I read it again and I was like, oh, I get it. That's what riveting means, or that's what a rivet is. It's Yep. So I decided to play along and act as though that was indeed what I had meant when I said, I hope you find this riveting. There's one guy I really like who he makes videos about like fixing old Xboxes and PlayStations and stuff, and also about Lego Island. And he just has a really nice voice to just listen to. Oh, spider. We might be in trouble. Do I have anything on me if I die? I do have 2 stacks of torches. I'd rather keep those. That's kind of evasive maneuvers. Yeah, with the really shitty battle bot, I was saying I made a pulley to try to. That's fair. I made a pulley to try. I'll talk about my battle bot more. I'll be doing that. I made a pulley to try to increase the gear ratio between the motor and the hammer arm. I'll do my best. And so to do that, I took a chunk of wood and a 2.5-inch hole saw, and then just drilled that to make a 2.5-inch diameter piece of wood. I've played myself like a fiddle, and I need to now. I'm in a pit. I need to get another slab so I can get out of the pit. What a foolish move that was. There's one. And then I need to attach the pulley to. I need to have 2 flanges on it so that the belts don't, slip off to the left or right side, which I of course made out of 2 plastic lids that I just had. But plastic lids at least are very floppy. So I wanted to put a bunch of supports in there to try to keep it from flopping, too much, like as much as possible. And I was going to use screws for it because that's like the correct tool to use when you want to screw things together. But I did not have any screws long enough to go through the piece of wood that I had. But I did have a bunch of nails. So I just jammed a bunch of nails through instead, and that worked great. So now I have my very DIY pulley with like 8 nails just sticking through it, and then I connected that to the hammer arm, and then I was like, okay, well, the bit on the hole saw that I used is the axle I wanted to use for the hammer arm and the bit I want to use for the hole saw, the bit is too large. So I needed something to attach it to that would have a smaller hole in it so that it would actually like go on the axle and turn and not do those things. And I've run out of music. Which of course I used one of the gears that I pulled out of the DVD player, or the bubble machine. I used one of the plastic gears I just had lying around. And obviously to attach that to the pulley, I used 3 more nails. So there's just 11 nails in this thing. It's awesome. And none of the nails are done right, because you're supposed to nail the nail like... My mouse is behaving weird, and I don't know why. Let me restart this. You're supposed to nail the nail into the wood and then it stays in place. But because I drilled out the holes and then stuck the nails through afterwards because it was supposed to use screws, it like wasn't quite doing that. So I just poured a ton of super glue on it. And that's the end of that story, is I made the pulley out of a chunk of wood and plastic and nails and super glue. Which I think is awesome because that's so shit. It perfectly meets the goal of making the shittiest possible robot. There we go. Do I want more torches? Not yet. Do I want more? We're good. There's not much left to explore topside, I don't think. I think we've covered a lot of ground. Obviously, there's still a lot of uncovered ground, but I swear one of the twisty sand things had a wool at the top. But I feel like I've checked most of the ones I've seen. So perhaps there's still one hiding somewhere. I could make a map. It would not be that useful because the map only shows the top layer, and the top layer of this whole map is bedrock except for a couple of spots. So the map would overwhelmingly just show me a layer of bedrock, but it would let me know like where I've explored and where I haven't. So I could potentially find weak spots in my exploration, I guess. There's a creeper there. That guy blew me into a cactus. That's a power move. This is interesting because I have to break the mushrooms to place any torches or anything. Go away. Get out of here. And you... Maybe when I get you. I say interesting loosely because it's not actually particularly interesting, but there's just not much going on. Oh, give me that. Eat a bread, there we go. Okay. Okay, I'm hearing guys, I think we're near a turbo spawner. Yes, that is definitely a turbo spawner up there. Let's leave. And get some torches down around this way. There's a guy. Okay, that timed really well because the sword broke at the same time as the guy died. There's 3 guys on my tail. Get more of these down. So I'm thinking that there's not much up on that, that bit. But I'm admittedly thinking that there's not much anywhere, so... Not saying a lot. I do want to go past here and kind of connect the two routes. So we've made a full loop of the desert. So that'd be through here. And over the roots. I did have the idea as well. So, okay. I've taken apart like a couple of RC cars, not many, but the ones I've taken apart the way they work tends to be that the they have one motor in them at the back, and then the back axle is powered by that motor, and that's what causes the car to go forwards and backwards. And then they also have a thing in the front that lets the front wheels like angle, like in a real car. I did not mean to eat that bread. And the front wheels angling is what causes it to turn. So you've got the back wheels together can go either forwards or back, and then the front wheels can sort of turn to the left or turn to the right. And the way I usually build my robots to turn or to drive is that each wheel, or each side at least, gets its own motor. There's a cake. I know that's a trap. And so to go forward, the wheel on the motor on the left side turns, you know, clockwise, I think, and then the one on the right side turns counterclockwise, so they both drive forward. And then to turn, you have them turn the same way, so they would both turn counterclockwise, which is like the left wheel goes backwards and the right wheel goes forwards. And I say all this because that's the reason for my shitty robot that I have not just bought an RC car and used that. Is because I have to buy 2 RC cars. But it did occur to me that I could conceivably get 2 RC cars and then cut them both in half and only keep the back half. And then wire the back halves of the RC cars like the way I would normally use motors. So basically the robot would have the back half of 2 RC cars like taped to it or something out the back, and that'd be how it drives. And I think that would look pretty stupid in like a good way. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I should just pivot to that. Like I was saying, I've spent so much time trying to get my stupid rubber band based DVD player drive to work that I'm like committed now. It has to. Let's see. So I know by that cake that's a classic John Super Hostile trap. I kind of want to activate it. Just to know. But that's kind of really stupid because last time I had activated a John Super Hostile trap on purpose, I died. And then spent like the next half an hour trying to recover the stuff I lost when I died. So this is not a good plan, we'll say. Okay, that's safe. How does this work? Does it do this? Oh, see, there's a TNT. But it doesn't work. Because TNT, at some point between when this was made and the version I'm playing in now, can't have pressure plates on it. There's the trap. There we go. Oh, I had a really good guess with where to start my bridge. And this is how you're supposed to find the victory monument, I guess. Because it's... I mean, there we go. Let's head down. If I catch the ladder just right, we'll survive this. There we go. I did just cover everything in sand, which I guess is not great. Knock that out. Knock that out. I guess also guys can now drop on me while I go to the victory monument, so maybe that was just a poor strategy all around. Now I think about it. Well, anyway. I can refill this little gap at least. So there, they can't literally drop on me. I remember there being a cave back here, but I think I already got this. I'm also out of torches, so I should probably just head back. Over here is nothing and iron. Good. Over here is some sand. Good. Is this anything? Does not look like it. I get the feeling I'm just making a death pit that I'll fall in later. Yep, that looks like to be the case. Let's leave. Let's see, more torches, more breads. Should do a new armor, but I probably won't bother. Let me take these out. I don't want guys to spawn on this ledge. And I'm thinking that since there's so much sand now, it'll be bright. It'll be dark enough they can spawn up here. So let's take this out. I could use the sand to make sandstone for slabs or something. I should do just a dig a shitload of stone adventure, though. With how much I use for slabs and things. Oh, and I got sand on my bridge, too. That's awesome. Maybe I just go over there do that bit. I guess I should be on the right side. That's where the torches are. But if I clear out the, oh, there was the dirt and pressure plate that the TNT were under. Alright, so clean this all up. Yeah, I guess guys can jump scare me now. So maybe I shouldn't have activated that trap. Oh well. I'm thinking new armor, diamond pickaxe, and try to bust into the fortress over there on the right. Also, where do these torches go? Looks like I was doing 1, 2, 3, 4. So okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where'd this one come from? Was it here? We'll go with that. I don't remember the best way to bust into the scary fortress, so I'm kind of thinking just through the bottom. He's got a bunch of obsidian in the way to make it so you don't want to do that, but that's fine. I got time. And more torches, obviously, and more slabs. We're decent for slabs. Let me take out a bit of this surrounding mess to just get a little more. Under this gravel here is a troll. Probably not. It looks relatively safe. Since we've got a torch on it, can't be that bad. Let's see. Get that one. Awesome. Alright, up and over the roots. New armor for sure. New breads for sure. Diamond pickaxe, iron sword, yeah. Any breads? Yeah, there's a couple. Take that. Take that. Fill back in. Take the one in the corner. Let me use some of these pork chops actually, because I have so many that they're like, I don't have room for them. Mushrooms go in here. I have a lot of those as well. Feathers are not useful. They go up here. I have string down here for some reason, and I don't know why, but that's fine. I'm gonna move it. Pressure plate in there. Dirt in there. Some of that. Put the sand away. And more slabs, that should be plenty. More sticks. Should be plenty. Coal. Get it here. I need new armor. Let's get rid of this. Torches. I think maybe the feature that I miss the most from the modern game, playing this old ass version, is the shift clicking things to Let's use this and this. The shift clicking things to quickly go through them. That's a handy thing to have. That's good. And we should get new armor. I'm not ready to commit to this yet. Yeah, I am. What the hell? I should get a bow also. Let's do that. I have lots of arrows. I don't have a bow. We can make one. With the... I guess that's why I said string was useful. Was it specifically for making bows out of? There we go. I picked up the old armor. Go away. String goes in here. Go away. Iron. Make a couple iron swords as backup. Store those in here for the mow. Alright, just a minute while I go to the bathroom and then we'll do the thing. By the way, last year, my year-end wrap-up thing had, where it gives you like your most used, like most categories and most used tags and all that stuff. My most used tag, I mean, it was a 5-way tie between Impossible Game, Challenges Daily, and Dr. Jenkins. Actually, no, I think Dr. Jenkins didn't get added as a tag, so he was in last place. But the other ones were a 4-way tie. So I want Dr. Jenkins to win. So in order to facilitate that, I just added the Dr. Jenkins tag like 5 times. I don't know if that will make it count more, but I hope it does, because that'd be really funny. So my tags right now are Impossible Game Challenges Daily, English, and then 5 copies of the Dr. Jenkins tag. So I think I've really got the got the finger on the pulse of what's happening, I would say. So let's see what's in here. I have an inn there that's in obsidian. I have this where I got my nether portal from. But there was absolutely jack shit in the nether, so we didn't use it much. Ghast. Oh, there's a ghast. I don't remember if ghast shots can break mossy cobblestone. I know they can't break regular cobblestone. I think there's a ghast spawner just here. So this is maybe not a good place to enter from. Maybe when I get you. Yeah, I think I must be activating a ghast spawner is why there's so many of these guys. Take that. I would love to try to figure out where it is. Ooh, that was a good shot. Yeah, it's down there. I can get down there, actually. But I should have brought ladders. That'd be really handy. Oh well, too late now. Go down the old-fashioned way. I also am thinking that maybe it would have made more sense to just punch through the obsidian. Like, that might be faster than doing all this. But what can you do? Should probably block this off so that they don't keep trying to kill me. How's this look? Oop. Yeah, I'm thinking we punch through the obsidian at the bottom rather than trying to make a staircase then make it unmake the staircase. Alright, this will take a minute. Oh, let me block myself in just in case something comes up behind. I hope you're entertained by me saying nothing while mining obsidian. There's one. I think this is 5 deep, so we're going to need to get through 10 obsidians. We should give a ton of time for ghasts to spawn, which is awesome. I wonder if I could do nether portal shenanigans and, like, just sort of clip myself in there instead of having to do this. I'm thinking what I might do. So I know for sure that there's a wool in the scary fortress on the other side here. We kind of saw it. And I know for sure there's another one in just like out in the open on the other side of this. I'll need to go find. I'm hoping I can get those today. And then I might look up where the other 3 are in the sense of like, are they in the above ground desert? Are they in the underground part? So I at least know where to be looking, because I feel like I've done a halfway decent job exploring the up top part, and we haven't found anything today at least. So I might have covered that already, and they're all 3 at the bottom. But that would be really well. Okay, on one hand, it'd be really shit for them to all be 3 at the bottom because there's like nowhere to hide them. But on the other hand, it would, I wouldn't have to search both places, right? So maybe I'll just do that. Or I could do a stupid bridge system through the entire desert and the entire underground and try to find them that way. But I don't know that I want to do that. I think I don't respect this map enough to do that, you know? If my calculations are correct, this should be the last obsidian in the way, but they might not be correct. It might be 1 more. Or 5 more, I don't know. Maybe it gets thicker as it goes. No, that was the last one. Excellent. There's definitely a bunch of ghasts have spawned, though. I should probably bugger off and let them despawn before we continue. Or like finish this little corridor and then bugger off. I should also light it up. We're still kind of high up there, huh? Yeah, this is higher than I thought it was. So I thought there'd be a little less room to go up and down, but apparently not so much. Or yes, so much, I guess. Luckily, I've got a fairly well-lit path all the way to the other end of the world, so we can just go over there, despawn all the guys, and then come on back. What's up? Did I say that? Oh, I'm so sorry.